You're almost home, so you'll be back soon. I look forward to seeing you soon. We're gonna do it. We're gonna beat Radon tonight, and it's gonna be wonderful. Thank you.
General Radon, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mohg will have his dignity.
Just sometimes spins at me, even though I don't have the aggro. Whoop! Whoop! Frisbee! Frisbee! I pray. Block it. Yeah. Gotta rot him. It doesn't get rottier than that. Whew. That's why we're supposed to stay on top of him. Gotta roll behind him. Frisbee! Let's see if we can reapply Scarlet Rot. I don't know where he went. Oh, run! Woo! If only I got him with the rod.
Voyage guided by compassion.
We might have him. Chop him! Chop him to pieces! Did we get him? We got him! Ah. He's dead. He's dead. We did it. Oh, sorry, Julia. I hope you made it. You may have missed that one. Let us go together. Yeah. He never killed me. I'm gonna touch this grace. We did it, and we didn't really change our build that much. The only difference was this, right? We got the dry relief seal plus 25 for an incantation that we were already using, and we added hefty rot pots. And you know what? It made the fight a lot more fun. Are you guys ready to see the ending? Should we wait for Julia? Watched it, but didn't entirely understand what was going on. Good job, though. Okay, so... for clarity's sake, what has happened? Elden Ring released a DLC, many of you already know. And it was basically another full game. And we got to this last boss, and this last boss is being called harder than any Dark Souls boss in history. Like, a lot of people just can't beat it. Like, let's touch some of these bloodstains. Now, this guy's going around in his underwear. No wonder he's dead. What about you? It's also very similar. They're using, like... This guy's using a big shield, which was, I was told, was the best way to beat him. Like, hide behind a big shield and poke him once every decade when he gives you an opening. Was the way I was told to cheese him. I was also told thorn magic works really well. But almost to the point where it's like... I wouldn't feel good about the victory. I like this guy. He's got, like, just a medium shield. Everyone's dodging and panicking. But, yeah, this is the hardest boss I've ever fought in any game, ever. And we won. And we didn't compromise our integrity too much. And that's what matters to me. Like, we still use, like, spirit summons and a couple of cheesy tactics. But, like, I didn't completely respec. I carried this build from beginning to end without very much tampering at all. So now, without further ado, let us watch the ending. The big ending.
Promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
We got a new hat. Was that it? Was that the ending? Ooh, we've seen some shit. We look good. We look like we deserve to be here. What do I do? Do I climb up here? Time for edge and then death. Praise the tarnished. Order ahead. Do I climb up here? It was a very vague ending. It seemed like basically what had happened before we got here. I don't know where to go now. I don't know what to do with my life. I guess we go back the way we came? Welcome home, Julia. Sounds like they will make a continuation somehow that resurrects the consort. You think that was the guy that was killed? Yeah. Okay. So, to break it down for you, that was General Radahn. He was one of the first really big bosses that you fight in this game. He is the son of, let me see if I got this right, Marika and Radigan? Or was he the son of Radigan and Queen Renala? Either way. Yeah, he was the son of Radigan and Queen Renala. He big tough guy, strong guy. He died. Then Mikola here, the son of Marika and Radigan, who are the same person, by the way. So Radahn's half-brother came to this land to resurrect Radahn, put him in his other half-brother's body, promised him if Radahn is his consort, then Mikola ascends to godhood. And, you know, he's got good intentions. He wants to save the world. But, like, he dropped every part of himself along the way, including, like, love, compassion, things like that, you know. So he probably might not have been the best god in the world, but, you know, who can say now? He's dead. So yeah. No more brother doinking. No one's ascending to godhood. Not in my house. And I guess we just go home. Just finished your 40-ounce drink. That's over a liter. Oh, I know. We Americans know 40s. You need to pee. Understood. Now what? Is what I have to say. Behold, I did it. Death, therefore death. No holy ahead. But where is the ending? What if I sit down, take a little nap, and then get up? What do we have here? Tolier. He's dead. And I get all his clothes. Nice. Hansbach. He's dead. I get all his stuff. Ooh, neat. There's an ending around here somewhere, I'm sure of it. Try climbing through the portal. Alright, that looks like the way to go. Crack. He's the tarnished. Now what? Like, let me up there. It's just flat out rude. Hang on, time for a quick Google session. I beat Radahn. What now? I beat Radon, now what? Was the second suggestion. Let's see. Let's see, I can use remembrances. DLC ending Elden Ring. Show the Erdtree, no new ending. Is it just no ending? Yeah. Wow. Grow wings and fly through. You know, I think I have that ability. Wait. Can I Aeonia up there? Kinda doubt it, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's not very high. That'd be disappointing if there was no ending. I think we're disappointed. Like I think this is it. I think we've seen everything. Like it gave me a couple of dead bodies. I mean, I suppose we can walk around to like check. Yeah, I don't really have any special flying spells that I can think of. Maybe a couple fancy arts of war. What if I just walk down the stairs? Want to go home? Yeah. Me too. Alright, where do the NPCs live? We can see if Moore has anything to say. Hey, just killed God. What's new with you?
Hello. My brood is no more. No one comes to visit. Not Lady Leda. Not Father Dane. Not Sir Ansbach. Not Freya. Not Tiolier. Not the Horn Scent. Where have they all gone? My brood is no more. No one cannot Lady.
Is it someone made when you checked on Google? Yeah. Yep. This all sounds about right. This guy seems like the only survivor. Wait, Saint Trina. If anyone had something to say, it would be her. Alright. So, if you've been following along with the lore, I know you haven't been, but Saint Trina is made out of the chunks Mikola threw away. I see. Saint Trina's blossom. You seem to have dropped your head. You are dead. Thank you for the flower. What do I do with this? What is this? Slightly boosts max FP, but what is it? Is it a talisman? No, that's Saint Trina's smile. Some sort of weapon? Is it an item for me to use? I can't use it. That's just weird. I think I can't use it because... well, because the game's over. What if I killed the best aspect of Mikola on accident? All your knowledge on the game is fandom and small clips. It seems like one can't exist without the other. Unless she... unless Saint Trina here died of natural causes. Which doesn't seem likely. Like, I did kill the rest of her. And so, yeah, I think I accidentally killed Saint Trina. I mean, this is a great final ending. I've killed everyone except this one fat guy. Oh wait, there's the Horn-Sent Guardian. Let's see if they have something to say. Best aspect being Trina. Yeah, that's the conclusion I came to. I was hoping the DLC would have multiple endings. At the very least, it should have given me something. Like, after throwing a boss like that at me? Hey, ma'am. What happened to the church? You mean this, like, real cool one over here? The Cathedral of Manus Meter? That one was interesting. We resurrected the Mother of Fingers, which may have been Queen Marika's mom? I don't know, like the origin of all species? Anyway, it seems like this guy's whole deal was to trick us into resurrecting who he thought should be God, which was just this mutant pile of fingers. So we killed that, then we killed him, then we killed all his friends. And, yeah. So that part of the story wrapped itself up pretty nicely. Killed the Erdtree avatar over there. It was cool. It was like a big sunflower. We killed Midra over here. Like, I feel like we've done everything of importance. There was a big dragon over here. We killed him. He wasn't that hard. I think we got him like second or third try. Like, I actually had a pretty easy time with most of the DLC. I had a hard time with Radahn. I'm gonna have to count the total number of times I died. But after learning how to deal with him, it wasn't so bad. Like, I think... I don't know if I would have come up with a strategy on my own. The problem is, like, you play through the entire game doing this to, like, every enemy you see. And, you know, just spinning around, doing great attacks, shooting lasers from your sword. And then you get to Radahn, who doesn't let you do more than, like, one of these. But you're so built into like spinning and slapping the crap out of him that, you know, you hit the button a second time and then he punishes you to death. You know there are two fingers which are supposed to be good or something? Weird. So yeah, there were two fingers who were good. Good-ish. I don't know. The two fingers are kind of like a pope that you don't get to speak to. I can touch them? Ooh, rapture. So I'm probably not the guy to go to for lore, but yeah, the two fingers are kind of like a god or a pope or something. This lady will translate what it means. And it seems like most people are worshipping that. Like, that is the goodness. But, you know, it's like, good asterisks. You know, they still persecute a ton of people. Like, the omens, who are like the people who grow horns. Or those who live in death. They hate those guys. And so, there's a whole lot of, you know, murder on the good side. But then, underground roadside. Can I go there? I'm looking for the prescription. Subterranean shunning grounds, forsaken depths, cathedral. Here we go. So, there's also the three fingers. And this was the ending I got. Oh, here, you can find the remains of my maiden. We melted her. She was cool, though. Anyway, in here, we met the three fingers, and they gave us a big squeeze. And then we became the Lord of Frenzied Flame. And we burnt everything. We're just slowly melting the earth. That was the ending we got in Elden Ring. I was like, it's kind of the good end because this world sucks. It's not a pleasant place to be. And so I say melt it down and start over from Oblivion. Kind of makes sense to me. Sounds like the game is full of leaders, but not many followers. Yeah. Makes sense in some ways. Yeah, I am the Lord of Frenzied Flame. And Frenzied Flame is like linked to madness and stuff, and that was my build. It just didn't work the farther I went in. Because we had this Frenzied Flame seal, and we based most of our attacks on. But, like, the incantations aren't all great. So, like, let me show you the one I used for most of the game. You might have seen it. It's basically like shooting lasers out of my eyes, right? So it's these like orangish colored ones. I cast all of these at least once. Weren't I told by the maiden at the campfire to do the exact opposite? Yeah. Yeah, well the thing is, like, somebody's getting burned, basically no matter what you do. But Malenia, she wanted you to take her all the way up here to the Forge of the Giants. And in here, you throw a maiden in there, and that, I guess, turns on the cooker. And the cooker burns the Erdtree. And that's how you get inside. So that you can, like, figure out what happened to America, whatever. You fight them, and you become... You mend the Elden Ring, and you become Lord. So, the ending I took, instead of throwing Malenia in here, I torched my maiden, Hieda, and got the power of Frenzied Flame. It looks something like this. Blah! And I used my flames to burn the Erdtree down. It's a very flawed design on the Erdtree's part. Surprised it didn't happen sooner. Well, there's like 10 people in this world. And so, like, maidens seem to be very hard to come by these days. In any case, we've burned down the world. We stopped Mikola the Kind from becoming God. That was probably a mistake. Maybe. It's hard to say. So I guess, like, he can't stop the world from burning, which we started. So I think the real Frenzied Flame ending here is, yeah, nothing can stop me from melting this entire universe to the ground. And, what's his name? Miyazaki has stated there's going to be no DLC in the future. And so this really is it. This is everything. We killed everyone. We beat the hardest boss. We can go through New Game Plus and play it all the way through again. I mean, it's either slightly crazy Mikola the Kind or destroy the world and make everyone suffer regardless. Yeah. There's a lot of debate on, like, what is a good ending for Elden Ring, and I kind of love it for that. Like, you should walk into the game and kind of, like, come to your own conclusions, and you'd be surprised how divided you will be. Like, the other most popular ending is for Ranni the Witch, who may be dead. Preceptor Selvis is still alive. Neat. But in Ranni's ending, I think she just gets rid of all people and then just keeps the entire world like this as some kind of, like, petri dish. Like, all the animals and critters frolic around. Like, it's just... She turns the world into a terrarium. And I'm like, that's not exactly right. Yeah, the Doll Witch. And then there's the Dung Eater ending, where you give everybody eternal suffering forever because they kind of deserve it. Some people argue that that's a good ending. I probably wouldn't go that far. Like, I went the push the big reset button. Although, you know, a lot of people would argue that it's not really a reset button, like the universe is gone forever. I mean, turning it into a terrarium is just preventing outside influence? Yeah. Isn't half the game about outer gods? Yeah. So, I honestly don't know what makes a god in this world. America was technically a god. And I think Mikola was trying to become one. I think those are the two official gods. Everyone else, I think, were demigods. Man. But if you have no interest in playing Elden Ring, but you want to hear about the crazy stories and crazy theories, there was a guy I listened to. What was his name? Elden Ring lore. It started with a Vati Vidya. So VAATIVIDYA. And he's got dozens of like Elden Ring lore videos that are hours long. And they're fantastic to watch. Like, he's just got a nice calm voice and he walks you through everything and it's real cinematic. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, if you want to know about Elden Ring but you don't want to play Elden Ring, that is the best way to experience it. Aside from watching me, of course. Like and subscribe, please. Anyway. We're done. We are done with Elden Ring. And even if I come back to it, I don't think I'm ever going back to the DLC again. Because that is too much time. It took like 60 hours to get through all of this, and it took 40 hours to get through all of this. I don't typically stick with a game that long. Do I plan on continuing the game, like trying different endings, or do I plan on moving on? Yeah, I plan on moving on. The thing that would bring me back to this game is the updated randomizer mod, which will probably happen. And even then, I wouldn't play the whole game. I'd probably just like hunt down Malenia and beat the game here in like 60 hours or so, maybe less, and call that good. Because I do keep coming back to this game. Like, it is a really good game. I do enjoy it. I did not enjoy that, well, I didn't enjoy that last fight at first. But once you learn the mechanics, it doesn't feel as impossible. It bothers me that there are some attacks there's like zero opportunity to get off. Like, it's just unsatisfying to like launch a charged attack and get hit out of it, even if, I don't know, I just need him to like take 2 seconds off. Let's see. 3 Shadow of the Erdtree Radons is the first enemy in randomizer, right? I mean, I've had some fun fights. I fought the Elden Beast in Stormwind Castle before, like, which was the old final boss. Like, there's, yeah. The weirdest things is, like, you don't, some things you don't expect to be impossible are impossible. Like, somewhere around the world, there's a cave where there's a bunch of zombies. Or not a cave, a catacomb where there's a bunch of zombies and they come back to life if you kill them. But in the randomizer, they're replaced with random monsters. So, like, instead of zombies, like, some of them are dragons, some of them are giant crabs, some of them are lobsters, some of them are, you know, jellyfish or other harmless things. But they come back after you kill them. And they were meant to be super easy enemies that, like, there were just too many of. But in the randomizer, that flat out becomes impossible. Like, you cannot run by them to get to the place you're supposed to get to. Meanwhile, there's these bridges, like here, that'll have like a giant dragon on it. But it gets replaced with a jellyfish, and so that's not a big deal anymore. I just like the randomizer because it gives me like a chance to make it up as I go along and play the same game differently. Like, the last time I played the randomizer, I found like a glintstone Chris over here, which is like a magical dagger that I never would have used under any circumstances before, but then I learned it was like one of the best weapons in the game because it was the first good weapon I found. And I had so much fun with it. I didn't even do the broken strategy that apparently you can do with it. Apparently it was like stupid good, like insane damage for just like shooting little tiny pebbles at people. But it was just good as a dagger in general. But nobody ever played it like that. Elden Ring will hold a special place in my heart. Like, I don't know if I could love another Souls-like game as much as this one. Like, I genuinely enjoy this more than any of the other Dark Souls. Like, I think about other games like Liza P that look kind of fun, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll enjoy it as much as Elden Ring. Like, I don't know if I'll ever play a Souls-like game after this. Considering it's by the same people who made Bloodborne, it may last a few decades. I mean, it's... yeah. Elden Ring will never get tiring. Like, I feel like this is going to be out there for a while for people who haven't experienced it. Like, I just know that they're not planning on adding much to it. They might patch it every now and then. But I think Miyazaki's done. I think he's tired. I think he wants to move on. I don't know. If he could make another game as cool as this one, I'll play it. But I feel like it's gonna be a while. Wow, thank you everybody who hung out with me for that incredible, let me see how long this has been. According to this, it's been 82 hours, but I accidentally left the game on a couple of times. So I think it was more like 81 hours. It did take me a while. 82 hours actually feels about right for the entire game. Oof, and I do look like an Elden Lord. So majestic, so sweet. Woo! Alright. This was a special stream just to beat Radon so I could beat the game and gain my sanity back. And we did it. We didn't even use like the popular cheesy strats. We did what was available to us. 80 hours is roughly 4 days. No, yeah, lengthy. But we played it like 2 hours at a time, so I've been here for months. I don't know. I'm excited to hop on to new games. Like, Magical Delicacy is coming out next week. I really want to slow it down and play a cozy game like that. Once Human looks pretty good, and I think I want to play it. So I think we're going to play that too at some point. Very soon. Maybe wait for a patch or two. Wait for the servers to calm down. And other than that, people have asked me to play Dave the Diver and Inscription. And those both seem pretty cool. Dave the Diver recently came out for Switch, so it would be a good time to stream it. And Inscription, I hear it's something you just kind of have to see to believe. Like, I'm trying to avoid spoilers on that, but people tell me it's great. Anyway, I started to sign off and then I didn't. I do that a lot. I got the stanky leg. It just doesn't know what to do. I've got restless leg syndrome. Alright. Thank you so much for joining me for this special stream. Sorry, don't know about Diver, but you do know Inscription is pain, but fun. Anyways, good stream. Thank you, Angel. I will see you all later. I'm going to be playing V Rising tomorrow. We're getting close to the end of that, too. I'm mostly just looking forward to seeing some endings here. It's a shame this game didn't have one, but we kind of added one ourselves where we talked about everything we knew about Elden Ring, which isn't very much. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a great afternoon, everybody, or evening. I don't know what time it is. And I think I'm going to try and find somebody to raid. I think there's some cool people out there that we probably owe a raid. Who's playing? Cold. He's playing Witcher 3 for the first time. And I've been meaning to get around to that one too. We'll raid him. We'll just be a little tiny baby raid. But it'll be good. Bye, everybody.